is Techstrong TV.
I'm Bonnie Schneider, sustainability contributor for the Techstrong Group. We're so happy to have you here on Techstrong TV. Today we have a special guest who's making waves in the programmatic advertising ecosystem with innovative AI-led capabilities that drive sustainability. Please join me in welcoming Jonnie Byrne, Global General Manager of the Intelligent Marketplace at LoopMe, the leading outcomes-based advertising platform. Jonnie, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Bonnie. Great to meet you.
Great. Can you share a little bit about your background and the work you're doing at LoopMe?
Yeah, sure thing. So I started out in traditional media, in publishing, doing ad sales, running commercial teams successfully there, but moved quite quickly into digital as publishers moved into the online ecosystem and ran successful teams there as well before moving into programmatic. And I've been in programmatic since it kind of started in the early 2000s. So working for companies like the Trade Desk on the demand side, and also for people like Digital Turbine on the supply side as well. So as global GM, my job running the Intelligent Marketplace is really to connect high quality publishers with high quality demand partners within our AI powered exchange. And we'll talk a little bit about our AI powered exchange as we go through the interview. But whilst also providing kind of best-in-class customer service and solutions to our clients. So it's not just about the Intelligent Marketplace. We also have data products and also measurement products as well that we provide access to for our clients where it makes sense to help them succeed and grow their businesses as well. On a kind of a general level, like you said, we're a technology company that uses AI to improve brand advertising and performance outcomes. So we put the consumer at the heart of every single campaign. And we deliver uniquely optimized video advertising, that drives results that are 2 to 5 times higher than the industry standards. And that's across mobile, in-app, CTV, and that's all for brand awareness, consideration, purchase intent, or foot traffic, driving consumers to bricks and mortar locations like restaurants and retail outlets, and also for measuring sales, be that offline and online. So brands, agencies, media publishers, and programmatic platforms rely on us to deliver their goals in an effective but also a more efficient way. Our vision, I guess, is to change advertising for the better, and by building a technology that will redefine brand advertising.
How does the AI technology behind LoopMe's next generation intelligent marketplace contribute to a more sustainable system?
Yeah, it's a good question. The latest iteration or the latest improvement to our AI came out this week. So we've made big strides in improving the speed at which our AI is able to process impressions. So what we do, we offer up to 40% increase in DSP buying efficiencies. So with our new dynamic filtering capabilities, we suppress about 98% of all of the ad requests that come through from our supply partners, only sending through 2%, which really kind of reduces the emissions, it reduces the burden of listening and kind of processing impressions that DSPs just won't bid on. So by doing that, we're offering reduced emission capabilities for our clients as well, but also greater efficiency and sustainability for our global clients, people like Google, Magnite, PubMatic, all those guys. So that's really what's happening. We are filtering out ad requests that will never see a bid.
Can you outline LoopMe's dynamic filtering capabilities in terms of how they not only optimize an ad delivery, but also how they align with the efficiency-driven mindset of digital transformation?
Yeah, so we're always trying to optimize. The AI at its core is trying to optimize performance, and ad delivery. But for our clients, digital transformation and driving efficiencies at the core of what they do. Our AI enables much greater efficiency. If we're not driving efficiency for our partners and therefore profitability, then they will reduce the amount of capacity that we're able to send to them. So they're always looking at how can they process fewer impressions for greater profit. And that's really at the heart of what our AI is doing. It's pushing much greater efficiencies through to those guys, but also optimizing ad delivery at the same time.
In the advertising industry, there, just as in any sector, we're hearing a lot about how to reduce one's carbon footprint. So I was wondering if you could talk about your company's sustainability initiatives and how that is reducing the carbon footprint in the advertising industry overall.
Yeah, so we started the process in 2001. That was our baseline year, and we actually achieved our carbon neutrality kind of rubber stamp earlier this month. Our target was 2030, so we've achieved it 7 years ahead of schedule. We've done that in various different ways. So we work with sustainability consultancy to try and get to our net zero, ahead of schedule, which we've done. The original goal was to reduce Scope 1, 2, and 3 emissions by 100% by 2030. We've managed to do that. But we've done other steps as well. Okay, so across different elements of the business, we migrated hardware servers to the Google Cloud. That's made a huge difference. And that's all powered by renewable energy, right? So that was one of the big reasons that we chose Google, because it's all renewable energy driven. We've also made all of our office infrastructure cloud enabled in order to reduce electricity consumption. We've consolidated the company's office footprint, instituted changes with travel and HR policies. We've encouraged remote working policies, and we've also incentivized green commuting as well. So, and also lastly, offsetting residual emissions by supporting carbon avoidance projects as well.
Interesting. So how does LoopMe's intelligent marketplace adapt to the ever-changing demands of digital transformation initiatives, enabling IT and DevOps professionals to stay agile and responsive? And the reason I ask that is that our audience is very interested in the DevOps IT area, so I appreciate you addressing that.
Okay, well, so I mean, digital transformation is it's at the heart of every business inside the programmatic ecosystem. Everyone is trying to make everything more efficient, more sustainable. For our businesses, we have to make sure that we're aligned and that we are working as closely as possible with all of our partners across IT and DevOps in order to staying agile is at the core of what we do. One of our core pillars is we innovate, right? So we're always innovating, always trying to make sure that we're aligned with our partners to make sure that we're driving the same outputs and the same initiatives and the same results that our partners have at the top of their agenda to do.
In the context of cloud native development, how does LoopMe ensure that its AI-powered tools for carbon reduction integrate seamlessly into existing cloud infrastructures without disrupting workflows?
Well, that's a really good question. I have to say, we've done a really good job of doing that. I'm not in the weeds of it personally, but all I know is that we haven't seen any disruption to any of our services at any point during the transition from our data centers into the Google Cloud. For us, it's incredibly important because when you look at disruptions, I'm talking about revenue disruptions, not just workflow. When you consider how much revenue flows through the intelligent marketplace on an hourly, daily, weekly basis, any disruption to that at all will impact not only us but also our clients and our partners as well. So we've managed to do that without any disruption whatsoever. I'm happy to say. I don't know how they did it, but it doesn't happen overnight either. This is a project that's taken a long time to do, and you have to obviously go through your due diligence and make sure that there isn't any kind of disruption to your service, because it could be catastrophic not only to us but also to our partners.
Well, you mentioned the revenue that's going through the intelligent marketplace. So how does LoopMe ensure data security and privacy there?
Yeah, that's a good question. So, I mean, we're a data business, right? It's putting consumers at the core of what we do is all around data. It's all about using data to intelligently target campaigns to users and increase the ad experience for them, improve the ad experience. If we didn't have our data and security and privacy buttoned up in every single market, with all of the industry leading kind of seals, then we wouldn't be able to operate. It just wouldn't be possible to do. First of all, our partners would not work with us. It would be impossible to operate without having security and privacy buttoned up as much as we do. We take it incredibly seriously, particularly the data privacy inside the marketplaces in which we operate. So we make sure that inside Europe, for example, all of the GDPR and TCF2 compliance is fully adhered to.
Well, many software developers prioritize performance and optimization. How does the LoopMe's approach to sustainable advertising impact ad performance and user experience?
Yeah, so our AI is all about prioritizing performance and optimization. At its core, that's what it's doing, right? It's filtering out ad requests that aren't necessarily usable by our demand sources. So at its core, that's what it's doing. But it's also marrying up the right campaign from our demand partners to the right user across the right platform, the right format, the right time of day. Everything is aligned. So our AI is doing two things there. It's optimizing for performance, but also increasing the user experience as well. There's no point in people coming onto into the intelligent exchange and having a completely redundant ad experience that doesn't provide them with any kind of any type of benefit whatsoever.
Well, we talked a lot about sustainability, but how does LoopMe ensure scalability and adaptability in managing billions of daily ad requests within the intelligent marketplace?
Yeah, again, the AI this is what it does, right? It filters out all of those ad impressions. We're managing about 300 billion ad requests a day across the exchange, across the intelligent marketplace. That's a lot, but there is an abundance of supply out there. And what we're doing is even by suppressing 98%, there is still scalability there for our demand partners. If we can drive greater scale, but at the right efficiency, then we can grow the intelligent marketplace kind of indefinitely, as long as we have the right supply in place and we are pushing that supply through in an intelligent manner to meet the demand and provide the supply that they want to see and they want to bid on. So scale is not important. It's about managing the scale in an effective way to make sure that we're marrying it up in the right way.
And can you elaborate on how LoopMe's personalized traffic shaping and dynamic filtering capabilities optimize ad delivery and contribute to a more sustainable programmatic advertising experience?
Yeah, so the filtering is like I said, suppressing about 98% of the ad impressions, right? And it's personalizing a marketplace for every single demand source. Okay, so it's we're able to personalize every single demand source in real time. About 80 different demand sources there, and we're looking at what they want to see, and we're only pushing through those ad requests and what they want to see. And it's different every single time, but we're monitoring and optimizing that process in real time, and we're throttling up impressions to meet that demand, or conversely throttling down those impressions when we don't see that demand source requesting to see an ad of that particular type. So for the advertising experience, again, it's all about personalizing demand to supply, sure that the user is seeing the right ad at the right time, the right place, in order to make sure that their experience is optimized as possible. Does that make sense?
It sure does. It definitely makes sense. Everything that's customized always seems to work. Well, looking ahead, what is the future of sustainable programmatic advertising, and how will LoopMe continue to drive innovation in this space?
Yeah, well, I think we're at the beginning of it, right? There's not a huge amount of players in the programmatic ecosystem that have gone fully, carbon neutral. There's only a handful that have managed to achieve it so far. But I think as businesses, it becomes more of a kind of a pillar of every single business, globally, to be more responsible and drive sustainability. I think as that increases, we're just going to see more players in the ecosystem going for their sustainability kind of certification. And I think it's going to be similar to the kind of growth that we saw in measurement with people like Double Verify and IAS driving measurement there, or IT and fraud through Pixelate or through Human. I think it's going to be, in order to operate inside this ecosystem, I need to have those certifications in place. Otherwise, people aren't going to work with us. I think we're right at the beginning of it right now. It's just going to continue and grow and grow and grow. It's going to be interesting to see what impact that has on partnerships and whether that's going to drive business or even stop someone from doing business with someone because they don't have that certification.
Well, it sounds like it's an exciting time to be right at the forefront of it. Jonnie Byrne, Global General Manager of the Intelligent Marketplace at LoopMe, thank you so much for joining us on Techstrong TV.
Thanks for having me, Bonnie. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, stay with us. We're going to have more on Techstrong TV coming up after this.